Hey guys, and welcome back to Comic Theory. As you may be aware, Deadpool and Wolverine have taken the world by storm, generating over $1 billion at the box office. It's a massive success to say the least. Now, it delivered on a lot of things that fans wanted to see, most notable with the character of Wolverine. For example, finally getting the yellow suit and cowl, of course, which we've been waiting for forever. Wolverine was made popular on the big screen by none other than Hugh Jackman, who's portrayed the character for over 20 years, just like he did in the X-Men trilogy and his own trilogy that included Logan. In these movies, we saw this one version of Wolverine, but in Deadpool and Wolverine, we see around 7 Wolverine variants, and I wanted to go through all of them today. Now, while I'm reading, I want you to let me know in the comments which variant of Wolverine is your favorite and why. We're going to start doing giveaways here on this channel, so now wouldn't be a bad time to start your comments. So of course we'll start with the main variant that was in the movie, the yellow suit Wolverine. All we know about this Wolverine was that he let his world down. His X-Men, like Scott, Jean, Beast, and so on, were all killed when he got drunk at a bar. This caused him to go into a serious depression, drinking his problems away. He wears the suit because, according to him, Scott always begged him to wear it, so it seems like he does it now to honor them because this is kind of all he's got left for them. As you know, in the movie, he goes through a redemption arc with Deadpool to save the 10005 Earth, which is the world all the X-Men and Deadpool movies take place in. Also, technically, we have the adamantium corpse from 2017 Logan, which saw the death of Earth 10005 Wolverine, the same one Ryan and Hugh said they wouldn't touch in the movie. Now, with that out of the way, we have a few variants to talk about. On the hunt for a Wolverine variant, Deadpool finds a few Logan variants. Number 1. The Short King. Deadpool walks into a bar where he sees Logan in a black shirt drinking, when it's revealed once he stands up that he's exactly as they describe, a short king. Deadpool even says he is like that because it's comic accurate. If you didn't know, Wolverine is mainly depicted in comics to be only 5'3" and 300 pounds because of the adamantium in his bones, which made him super heavy. Now, fans have always had a thing to say about Hugh Jackman being over 6 feet tall, and it's not accurate at all to Wolverine, but after seeing how comedic Wolverine looks at that height, I'm pretty sure a lot of fans were like, yeah, maybe the 5'3" look just ain't right. But it also might look funny because it's Hugh Jackman, and also because he's not actually 300 pounds. So, I don't know, maybe if we had someone that was 5'3", 300, it could work. Next, we got Patch. Logan gets the name Patch here because of the eye patch that he wears in these comics. It's an alternate ego of his that he uses when he is in the underworld slums of Madripoor, first shown in the MCU in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He usually dresses nicely, wearing a white tuxedo. He first takes this persona on in Wolverine issue 1 in 1988, taking place after the Uncanny X-Men series. In this story, he can kind of be like an anti-hero dealing with underground crime and underground wealth. In the movie, you can see him playing cards and gambling, which would add up to exactly what he would be doing at this point on that story. Now, the side note here is that you'll also get a team up of Patch and Joe Fixit, a variation of the Hulk who is more intelligent and not green but gray. Number 3, Weapon Omega Wolverine. Omega. Coming from the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine variant, basically this is the angriest and one of the most vicious Wolverines ever created. He was unleashed as Weapon X. After overthrowing Apocalypse, I believe Wolverine took on Apocalypse powers in the aftermath of the story. You can also see this version in the Exiles series and Uncanny X-Force. There's no reasoning or really talking with this variant, as that's why he beat Deadpool down so bad in the movie. This version, some even say, is where he reaches the peak of his potential. He also only has one hand. Number 4. The Crucified Wolverine. Now, Deadpool decided against this Wolverine variant, saying they're just going in a different direction. This is ripped right from the cover of Uncanny X-Men issue 251, and not the first time Marvel has done this, because recently, in X-Men 97, we saw Magneto crucified by Bastion. The story here is the X-Men are hunted by a group called Reavers, who are very, very brutal, specifically to Wolverine, because they viewed him as the biggest target or threat. So even though he has the healing factor, they decide crucifying him will keep him in pain for a long time. Now, he is eventually rescued by X-Men teammate Jubilee, and this takes place in the Ocean of Skulls. Number 5, the brown suit versus the Hulk. Now, this is one that I know a lot of fans have been wanting to see for a long time, including me. As Deadpool sees him in the classic brown and yellow suit and somewhat red belt, he says, "Yes, the classic John Byrne suit." Now, this was debuted in the Uncanny X-Men issue 139 in 1980, but here, this is when he faces the Hulk, and this is what the fans are still begging to see, a live-action version of this fight. Wolverine versus the Hulk, and we got just a little tiny sample of it. Wolverine pops out his claws, and in the reflection, we see the Hulk, most notably looking like Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, the main MCU Hulk. This is also ripped from the cover of The Incredible Hulk issue 340 from Todd McFarlane. He basically wears this suit as an alternate one to step away from the X-Men look, but fans everywhere debated which is better, the yellow and blue or the brown and yellow. So actually, let me know in the comments, what do you all think? Number 6, Old Man Logan. This is a really popular story. Very briefly, we see a version of Old Logan, similar to Logan in the 2017 movie, but this is more accurate to the comics because he is wielding a big-ass shotgun that blows Deadpool away from him, even wearing the hat Old Man Logan is known for. Basically, here his regeneration has finally slowed down and he's aged. Now, might I add, these are all played by Hugh Jackman, of course, until we get the last one, number 7. The Cavalrine. This was coined by Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds as that because it's Henry Cavill as Wolverine. Now let me mention, this is the only other actor besides Hugh Jackman to portray Wolverine in history. Here we see him with crazy hair in an undershirt, smoking a cigar, working on his motorcycle. The joke here is that Henry was Superman in the DC until he was fired from James Gunn's takeover, and Deadpool jokes and says, "This just feels right," and how Marvel will treat him better than the guys down the street. He pops his claws out just like he loaded his biceps in Mission Impossible and pushed Deadpool to land on his final Wolverine. And that's the Wolverine that we get for the entire movie. Now, bonus points, we almost got a variant Sean Levy said of just a regular Wolverine, like the Animal, but they decided not to. I honestly wonder what Deadpool would have even said there. They honestly got a huge pop in the theater, whether it was laughs or cheers. People were just going absolutely nuts for all of these, and it was great to see them. Personally, I would love to see Wolverine go against the Hulk. I think that's going to be a fight that a lot of fans have really wanted to see for a long time. But again, let me know which Wolverine variant was your favorite, and I'll see you next time on Comic Theory. Hope you guys enjoy the new channel name.